Hello guys, it's me Daniel96 back here for another video, and today we'll be making our round 20 tips of the 2024 AFL season. So round 19 has come to an end and it was a pretty good round overall. We did really well. I was actually surprised with the results, but yeah, we got 7 out of 9 tips correct, which is pretty good. Starting with this game, I mean, we got this one wrong, but it was a close game. Then looking down here, yeah, the Saints got it done, the Giants got it done, Hawthorn got it done, Port got it done, Geelong didn't. So that was our first tip incorrect for this Saturday, which was, yeah, very interesting. And then down here, as expected, I got all of them right. So yeah, Brisbane beating Sydney, massive game. Fremantle beating Melbourne, massive game. And Carlton just get over the line against North. So overall, I'd say not too bad, not too bad. And you can see the predicted margins versus actual, and yeah, I guess did alright. There were some that were way off. We did get a couple that were really close, especially that Port game. I think, yeah, 1 point the difference. Wow. So yeah, overall I'd say, yeah, it was a successful week. But yeah, let's now move on towards round 20. So here we are, round 20. It does not get any bigger than this. We are close towards the season finishing. You can see on the ladder on the right, it is as close as it gets, and really I don't know who's making it. Starting with the first game, and yeah, this one's huge. Yeah, another massive Friday night game. It's between Carlton and Port Adelaide, playing at Marvel Stadium, and this will set the stage here for what is going to be a massive game. Let's start talking about Carlton, and yeah, they had a not convincing win against North, but I guess they got it done. It was a good game from them, but yeah, I guess the win's the most important part. And as for Port, yeah, the first 3 quarters wasn't convincing, but then they steamrolled in the last quarter, and I would say, yeah, they got what they wanted, a 41-point win. Yeah, that was pretty good, and well, who knows, this could be their last win, because they have probably the hardest run home out of the other teams. Port have got well, Carlton, Sydney, Melbourne, the Crows, and Fremantle to finish up the year. And yeah, so it's not looking good for Port, meaning Carlton have this chance to capitalize. And capitalize, I think they will. Yeah, I think this should be a great game to watch. This is a primetime fixture, so everyone will be watching. I think Port will play a big role in making this game close, but I do think Carlton will pull away. They're simply good, and will Port barely get the wins in primetime fixtures, and yeah, it's gonna be hard to see them win. But yeah, it should be interesting. I think Carlton will win by 22 points, and yeah, I'm rating this game an 86. Now looking at the first Saturday game here, and this is the only Saturday afternoon game, which I'll go through later in the video, but which is interesting. But yeah, let's start off with this game. It's between North Melbourne and Geelong, playing at Blundstone Arena, and yeah, it looks one-sided, but I don't know. I don't think it will be. Let's have a look at North, and they had a pretty good game against Carlton. I was actually surprised. Like, they did pretty well. They didn't get the win, but yeah, they were pretty good. And as for Geelong, yeah, disappointing loss. Whether it was the wet weather, whether it was just their game style, it didn't work. And yeah, they missed out on the chance to get a win at home. So yeah, now they're heading to Tasmania, and yeah, with the chance to get a must-needed win, they need this one. The ladder couldn't be any closer, so these wins are just really important for them. And yeah, they sit 6th at the moment, and well, who knows what's going to happen. I think this time round, I think North will put in a fight here. They didn't have a great record playing at that stadium, but I don't know, something tells me this time they might put on something here, make this game closer. But yeah, it should be just, I guess, an interesting watch. And I don't know why this game is the only Saturday afternoon game. I feel like there should be another one, but yeah, it seems like this game is the only game to watch during that time. So yeah, to put it simply, yeah, I think North will put in a fight here, but I think Geelong will get over the line. I think it'll be a pretty convincing win. I mean, most teams away that play at Blundstone do have a convincing win, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited to watch this game. So yeah, I think Geelong will get the win by 45 points, and I'm rating this game as 75. Now looking further down here, and yeah, we have our first Twilight game. There's actually 2 Saturday Twilight games, which I haven't seen in a long time. I mean, yeah, it's been a while since we've had that, but yeah, let's start with the first game. It's between Gold Coast and Brisbane, playing in the Q Clash at People First Stadium, and this game couldn't be any bigger. Wow, this is gonna be huge. Yeah, well, with Gold Coast, as we know, they just can't win away from home. They just can't. It's impossible for them. But they cannot lose at home. It's just impossible for them as well. So yeah, since it is a home game, I think we know who's the favourite, I guess. But then they're versing a team like Brisbane, and Brisbane have been phenomenal. I don't even know where this came from. They just start winning. They just start winning and don't stop, and they are sitting third. I think they were second before if Carlton didn't win, but yeah, they look good. And you know what, all of a sudden they're now like premiership favourites. They beat Sydney, but I think this is one of their biggest tests as well. They're playing away from home against Gold Coast, who play absolutely well at this ground, and I guess this is a test for Gold Coast. If they lose, then they are definitely out of finals. But I think this game reminds me of what happened last year, because last year Brisbane were also favourites, but they lost by 41 points, I think, to Gold Coast at this ground. So I don't know, I have a feeling something like that will happen. Yeah, I don't know, this is going to be really interesting to watch. Anything can happen here. I could see both teams win this one. But for this game, I'm just going to stick with the record here and stick with Gold Coast winning this game. I think they will end Brisbane's winning streak. I won't be surprised if Brisbane win, but I think Gold Coast will pull off, I wouldn't say an upset, but a massive win. A massive win it will be. I think the margin will be 12 points, and I'm rating this game a 91. Looking at the next Twilight game, there's another Twilight game, guys. But I don't know which one will be better to watch. I think the Q Clash, honestly, but this game is also going to be huge. It's between St Kilda and Essendon, playing at Marvel Stadium, and yeah, I guess this is a massive game, particularly for Essendon. I mean, Essendon are sitting 8th, and yeah, they haven't had the best recent weeks. It's been massive on them, because this is almost the same thing that's happening like last year, where they have a great start and then just all of a sudden fall away, and this could be a danger zone for them. If they lose this one, there's just this high chance that they will make finals, but I don't know. This is huge stakes. As for the Saints, yeah, they haven't had the best of years, but they did have a great win against West Coast, which was really good to see. They scored 100 plus, which is something you don't really see from them, but yeah, great performance. That's just exactly what they needed. And I guess now their role is just to spoil parties, and they can definitely spoil this one. Yeah, this is, yeah, massive, I guess. I don't know, there's so much to think about this game. This will have big implications, whoever wins. If Essendon win, then they close in their way towards locking in. I wouldn't say locking in, but just getting that step closer towards finals. And if the Saints win, well, yeah, I'd say the finals run for Essendon ends. But for this game, I think Essendon can rebound, and it's a massive game. I think it will be close, as always. But I think Essendon will rebound and get their win. So, yeah, I think Essendon will get the win by 14 points in what will be a close game. And I'm rating this game an 84. Now looking at the first Saturday night game in this round, and yeah, the odds are even here. And really, this could be a massive game for both of these teams. The implications are also high for this game. It's between Melbourne and GWS, playing at the G, and yeah, this is almost it's almost a final here. Melbourne got a disappointing loss against Freo, and yeah, if they lose this game, I think they're done. I think they're done. They're sitting 10th with not an absolutely high percentage, and yeah, this could be done for them if they lose. And as for the Giants, yeah, they just, I guess, need to win. They sit 5th, but if they lose, the teams could potentially go above them, and they could be put in a danger position. But they sit good at the moment, so there's no big concern at the moment. They did beat Gold Coast in a good game, and yeah, now they go to Melbourne. They didn't play the best at Melbourne, the Giants, but yeah, this will be a massive test for them. I mean, if they want to be that finals team, and if they want to get closer towards the top 4, which is definitely doable for them, then they need to win this game. But I think the biggest circumstances will be towards Melbourne here. They just need to win. Yeah, this is going to be a massive game. Don't know what to expect. Anything can happen. I could see both teams winning here. That's how big it is. It's going to be fun to watch, I guess. Hopefully not a low-scoring game, although I think that will be most likely. But yeah, this one was tough to tip, but I guess for this game, it's going to be good to watch. But I think Melbourne will bounce back and get the win. They beat the Bombers here, and they beat the Cats here. They beat other teams here. I think they can do it towards the Giants, and yeah, I think they will get the win by 11 points, and I'm rating this game an 89. Now the last Saturday night game to look at here, and yeah, wow, this fixture has a lot. This fixture has a lot of rivalries. It's between Fremantle and West Coast, playing the Western Derby at Optus, and yeah, this, I mean, it is one-sided, but I mean, it wasn't that long ago when we saw West Coast pull off an upset. I mean, West Coast since then have not played well. They haven't won a game since round 10, I think. It hasn't been good for them. I feel like they're a different side now. They've lost their coach. But as for Fremantle, they're also different, but in a good way. I mean, they're just getting the wins here. And they're going to be hard to beat at Optus. And yeah, really, this is a big opportunity for Fremantle. They sit top 4. They want to finish top 4 to get the double chance. And yeah, this game couldn't be any more important. They probably want to focus on the percentage, if anything. But I don't know. I feel like this game will be a bit tougher for them, considering that it is a rivalry. I mean, yeah, it's always going to be tense. There's always going to be a big crowd here. And yeah, there's going to be anyone's chance to make a game-changing moment. But to predict this game, I think this will be different to what we saw early in the year. Last year, I mean, yeah, the last game was crazy, but yeah, I do think this game will be much more different, and I think it will be more advantageous for Fremantle. So it is their home game, it is going to be their home crowd, and I just think that they'll get the job done, and that is the tip that I'm going with. I think they will get the win by 25 points. And yeah, I'm rating this game a 90. This is going to be a classic. Now looking at the last 3 games, and yeah, these 3 games can be any bigger, especially the last 2. But looking at the first one, it's between Collingwood and Richmond, playing at the G on the Sunday afternoon. Collingwood fans wouldn't like that. But yeah, I mean, where do we start? They lost their past 4 games, and I think they're done. I mean, yeah, they had the chances to win, I guess, against Gold Coast, against Geelong, against Carlton. Sorry, not Carlton. They haven't played them yet. Against Essendon, that's what I was going to say. But yeah, they blew those chances, and yeah, I guess now they face Richmond, which surely Collingwood will get the win. I mean, yeah, I think this tip is much more simpler than we think. I mean, the odds are close, but yeah, the fans think that Collingwood should get the job done. I think the game will be, I guess, fairly closer than people think, but I do think it's going to be more one-sided. Yeah, Collingwood haven't had the best month at all. Yeah, they felt the pressure, and yeah, certainly worked. So yeah, I think this is just going to be a quick tip here. I think Richmond will pull one fight. They're sitting last, so they can't really do much else. But yeah, I think Collingwood should get the win, and should finally get a win. They haven't had a win in quite some time, so yeah, I think they will get the win by 34 points, and I'm rating this game a 70. Now looking at the second to last game here, it's going to be a huge one. It's at the SCG. It's between Sydney and the Western Bulldogs, playing at the SCG, as I said, and wow, yeah, this is perfectly set up. I mean, considering where both teams are at, yeah, this is, I guess, a massive game. Sydney sit on top, and they sit 2 games clear, so it's still not locked in for them to finish as minor premiers, but it is definitely looking good. They did get that loss last game against Brisbane. It was only by 2 points, but yeah, it was definitely a finals preview, that's for sure. And as for the Bulldogs, they couldn't have done it any better. They got that win against Geelong, and they're in the hunt. They're in the hunt to make it into the 8. They look good. They look really good. Still some question marks for both of these sides. I mean, what can they really pull off if they make finals? I guess this is a bigger game for the Bulldogs. They need to win as much as they can to make finals. They sit 9th. The race couldn't be any tighter, and yeah, really, this is going to be a great game to watch. I'm definitely excited for this game. This could pull off anything. I could see the Bulldogs gaining that early lead, a massive lead, and then Sydney maybe coming back. I don't know what's going to happen. This is going to be a huge game, and yeah, a big test for both of these teams. But I think with Sydney have been phenomenal all year. They did have those losses, but I mean, they've been all close. They haven't lost a game more than 5 points, I think, or something like that. So yeah, I think Sydney will get this win in front of a home crowd. Gonna be good to watch. I think the margin will be 20 points, and I'm rating this game a 87. Now looking at the last game, and this is a massive game. Another game with even odds, and literally even odds. 49%, 51%. It couldn't be any bigger than this. It's between Adelaide and Hawthorn, playing at the Adelaide Oval on the Sunday twilight spot, and this is huge. I mean, the Crows, yeah, they're not going to make finals, but what a win it was against the Bombers. I did not see that coming, and yeah, that's probably their best win so far this year. And as for Hawthorn, wowee, they had their best win also last week against Collingwood. It wasn't just a close game, it was a smashing against the former premiers. They are such a fun team to watch. Wowee, they are good. And really, they just got to keep winning. They're not moving up the ladder at all, and they are getting all these wins. So it's so hard for them, but this is another game that they just need to win. And this is gonna be hard because Adelaide play fairly decent at home, especially with their crowd. I think there will be a massive crowd for that game, and yeah, it's gonna be a big test for both of these teams, which is why it's even. I can see the Crows pulling away and just getting the win, and I could also see Hawthorn pulling away and getting the win. But yeah, this is probably the hardest game I'm tipping here, and yeah, this is gonna be really hard. But yeah, I did have a think about it, and I think although Hawthorn are the higher chance of winning this game, I think they are. I think they just are the higher chance of winning this game. I do think though that something will happen, and I think the Crows will get the win. I think they will pull away in this game. It's going to be something that we'll see that will be huge. But I think, yeah, I'm going to predict the Crows to get the win against Hawthorn by 23 points, and I'm rating this game an 89. It's going to be a massive game. I can see either teams win this game, but it's going to be a huge game. And just like that, that is my round 20 tips done and dusted. It couldn't be any bigger than this. It's going to be a fun round to watch, and really, I just can't wait. Just start the round already. I don't know. It's going to be huge. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here for today. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in next time. Bye-bye.